The Dallas Cowboys surprised the NFL world by announcing Brian Schottenheimer as the franchise's new head coach. And now, the story behind that name is beginning to unfold in an exciting and inspiring way. In January, as the league's eyes were still processing the change in leadership in Dallas, a name that was familiar to many but unknown to most emerged. Brian Schottenheimer, now officially the 10th head coach in Cowboys history, brings with him much more than a legendary surname. He carries a legacy built on sweat, resilience, and purpose. Brian's connection to football began early, marked by a childhood spent on the sidelines of the NFL. At 14, he watched from home as his father, Marty Schottenheimer, led the Cleveland Browns in yet another attempt to reach the Super Bowl. That day, as the country watched the infamous episode, known as the fumble, Brian struggled with intense pain, caused by a ruptured appendix. Unbeknownst to Marty and his wife Pat, their son was going through a silent medical crisis. Shortly after returning from the 38-33 loss, Marty put aside his coaching uniform and took on his most important role, that of a father. He took Brian to the emergency room, and within hours the young man was on the operating table. Today, 37 years later, Brian recalls that moment with emotion, showing that the basis of leadership is humanity. It is this same sensitivity that he now brings to the highest position of his career, after nearly 3 decades as an assistant coach, working for 10 NFL teams. His arrival at the Cowboys may have initially raised eyebrows, but within the walls of the training center at the Star, Schottenheimer was already a familiar figure. Since 2022, he has served as a coaching consultant and offensive coordinator, a name that is discreet but deeply influential in shaping the locker room. Now, as head coach, he understands that leadership goes beyond the drawing board. It is about culture, it is about connection, it is about people. And Brian Schottenheimer, as his family and colleagues say, has always had this natural gift for bringing people together, listening and leading with balance. His mother, Pat, describes him as a natural leader, someone who naturally takes the lead in any social setting, charismatic like his father, but with a more flexible approach. His wife, Jemmy, to whom he has been married for 21 years, highlights the strength of the family bond as the basis for everything they build together. And the Cowboys team has already experienced this. In a symbolic gesture, Brian personally distributed breakfast sandwiches to all the club's employees. Small actions that reveal a greater vision. More than a change of coach, Dallas is experiencing a moment of silent transformation. And, as he himself says with conviction, we're all in this together. If you also believe that, great. Leaders are built on details, empathy, and long-term vision. Now is the time to join our community. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to follow each step of this new era for the Cowboys. And share with us in the comments, what do you expect from Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas? If you believe his story can inspire a turnaround for the franchise, write in this together. Your participation strengthens our team. Let's continue to follow side by side each chapter of this journey.